Welcome back. It's time now for the Financial Week. The Agriculture Minister is predicting a return to profitability this year for many farmers. Farmers have seen a downturn in earnings due to the fallout from intense weather systems in 2024. The details in this report from Dwayne Anderson.
Lines of lush vegetables, a sight for sore eyes amid yet another drought in the country. Possible at this time thanks to planning.
The ministry is continuously looking at how do we craft different ways to ensure that our farmers are resilient. And as such, we've been working with the farmers by installing catchment ponds to ensure that we capture water in times of plenty and we use those water in times of drought. And we are seeing the impact of those initiatives.
Annual dry spells are now the country's reality thanks to climate change, which is why agriculture-dependent areas like Hindstown St. Anne have been earmarked for additional water storage investments.
We are looking for an irrigation system for Hindstown, and we've started that preliminary work. We're looking at some of the wells that used to be used by the old bauxite company to see if they can provide the sort of water production that we need to actually have a pipe system that goes to those farmers. I think once we do that, then the farmers will be able to expand, the farmers will put in more, and they'll get greater returns.
The Agriculture Minister Floyd Green was speaking during a tour of the Garden Parish. The farmers in this area have been working alongside officers from RADA to replenish supplies of crops such as potato since Beryl dealt a devastating blow last year.
So our farmers are looking good. On the Irish potato side, we're seeing heightened productivity, and that's excellent for our farmers because they've been through 2 difficult years, and we know that this year they will see a return to profitability.
And speaking of cash, the government's budget is now known, and Minister Green said a lot of its spend will be used to help farmers.
We are looking at the new budget, and we're going to look at our allocation, and we're going to use that to do more interventions directly to the farmers, but also things like our water resource management, things like our protected agriculture structure. We're going to ensure that we have more access to farmers right across the length and breadth of Jamaica. And part of it also means how can we ensure that our farmers have more access to capital, right? So that they don't have to depend on their own capital to expand their enterprise. And that's one of the things that the Prime Minister is working on. We do expect that in this budget cycle he would speak to that, because at the end of the day, more farmers would put in more if they could get other capital sources to expand.
Good news for farmers, some of whom are now more optimistic for the future.
Every morning I can't wait to leave my house to come out, because it's something that you enjoy. So they will enjoy, and I would say to young people, because who want to be an entrepreneur, to go farming, because I'm never wrong with that.
Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
To news now on the stock market, the JC index advanced by 222 points, while the junior market index advanced by 44 points. 57 advancing shares were led by Margaritaville Turks US dollar shares, Indus Pharma, JFP, Berger Paints and QWI Investments. 42 declined shares including Pulse Investments, Medical Disposables and Supplies, Productive Business Solutions 10.5% preference shares, 138 Student Living and Cygnus in Credit Investments 8% shares. 19 stocks traded firm. Foreign exchange trading ended with Banks & Cambio selling the US dollar for an average $157.33. The Canadian dollar is being sold for $110.46. The pound is going for $199.56, while the euro is selling for an average $166.34. And that's the Financial Week. Stand by for news from overseas and our bites of the week.